What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Thursday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault, at Sports Talk Matt. That, my handle across all your socials, your Twitters, your Instagrams, all the other stuff to come on in and follow and be a part of it. Hashtag Daily Juice on Twitter as well if you guys want to search picks, plays, and whatnot each and every day. 1-2 night last night, so down a little bit, down 1.1 units. We got the UNC bet correct. How about Drake? Man. See, I hate when I do that, right? So I played it the night before where I said, all right, bounce back spot. Let's go ahead and take Iowa State after a bad loss on the road. They come back home. They're going to get right. They beat the number 2 team in the country against Houston. Outright Iowa State. I flipped it and faded that scenario, which was, my problem. Unfortunately, I ended up going, man, we had Indiana State, at least for a little while, and then they got killed in the second half. Drake with a big win. So we got that wrong, and then the over was never there. It was a principal play. Without Halliburton, though, that's something to watch. Pacers, the numbers are going to be really high, and the Pacers are not scoring nearly as much as you would expect. But defensively, even Washington played decently, so game was way under. That bet in the NBA was wrong. So 1-2 night. Got a bet in college basketball tonight, and I have 2 bets in hockey tonight. I haven't touched hockey for a bit. I'm going to dip my toe back in because, well, there's 2 games I'm really going to be watching. They're almost, you can fade the bets if you want. They're logical, they're there, but I want to watch the games, so I want to bet the games because I'm going to be watching them, and they're both going to be fun to watch. So Thursday night, no football. Let's talk hockey and college basketball. But before we do anything, let's remind you guys about what we're doing here with the Playoff Pick'em contest. Presented by Splash Sports and by BettingPros. It's a $25 entry. At last check, we were about 50% full. So let's get on that. Let's fill that thing up. 3 entries max per. Pick the winner of each playoff game, and the payout will be based on the amount of entries. We want to get about 1,000 in there. I think we had about 500 people who were in there, or maybe it was 800 with 1,600. I can't remember. We were halfway full. Top 10 will get paid out. To enter, it is on your screen right now on the BettingPros YouTube channel, bettingpros.com/splash. If you are listening to this podcast, you get 1 point for the wildcard weekend. You get 2 points for the divisional round. You get 4 points for the conference championship picks and 5 points for picking the Super Bowl correct. Top 10 get paid out $25. 3 entries max. Splash Sports, BettingPros, Playoff Pick'em contest. To enter, go to bettingpros.com/splash. All right. Let's start in college basketball. Let's talk about UCLA on the road at Utah. This number is 9, according to KenPom. It was opened up at 10. It's been bet down. Why? Total is really low, 137. Pace of play for UCLA, they will grind it. They do not play quick. They are ridiculously slow. In fact, they are 327th in pace of play this year. However, Utah is 62nd. They want to play much faster. Utah coming off of back-to-back losses on the road at Arizona and at Arizona State. They lost badly in both those games, 92-73 and 82-70. But on the other side, UCLA has been an absolute mess. They've lost 3 in a row and 7 of 8. Their only win was on the road against Oregon State, 69-62. They are expected to lose not every game, but most of the games this year, including this one, by 9. The number's 8. First move to UCLA, +10 to +9 to +8. I disagree with the move. Why? I think UCLA is going to score, okay? UCLA's got some really good bigs. Brandon Carlson is a 7-footer. He's a major problem. Best player on the floor. Sebastian Mack is great, but he's a freshman, okay? Really young, 6'3" kid coming off a big night, big performance in the last game. The offensive numbers for UCLA are atrocious. They are 333rd out of 351 teams in college basketball in effective field goal percentage. That's horrific. They are 331st in three-point percentage. They are 323rd in two-point percentage. I mean, their offense efficiency, 216th. They're playing a team that can play defense. Utah, 56th in effective in efficiency defensively, 134th in effective field goal percentage. They're not great with turnovers, but They're not great guarding the three. Doesn't matter. UCLA can't hit the three. 83rd in 2-point defense, which is bad news for UCLA. On the flip side, we know that UCLA under Mick Cronin, they play tough defense, right? But Utah's offense is good. 26th in efficiency, 36th in effective field goal percentage, 35th in 3-point percentage, 69th in 2-point percentage. They shoot a lot of threes, okay? They score a lot from behind the arc. They score 31% of their points from behind the 3-point line, 52% of their points from the 2, and 15% from the foul line. On the flip side, 35% of the points come for UCLA this season, and they're 331st from behind the 3-point line. They don't score there, even though 35% of their points come from behind the 3-point line. They're awful. The number's 8. This is a bounce-back spot for Utah to come back home, to get to the home gym. I totally understand UCLA is the brand name, but this is all pointing towards a win for Utah, a winning cover. I'm going to lay the 8 points here for Utah to take apart UCLA and get a big win here at home in Salt Lake City. Games on ESPN2, 9 p.m. Eastern time start for this one. Utah -8 up against UCLA. You might get a better number than me, by the way, because the number might keep coming down. I like it even more. Okay, KenPom has it at 9, opened at 10. I get 8. You might get 7.5. You might get 7. If it is, I like it even more. But we're taking Utah -8 here at overnight for 1.1 units. Okay, bet number 2. We're going to go to the hottest team, or one of the hottest teams in all of hockey. That being the Vancouver Canucks. My gosh, Vancouver and Winnipeg are both so good right now. Vancouver and Winnipeg both on the puck line have been absolutely tremendous. We already bet Vancouver to win the Stanley Cup at 27-1. I don't think I can bet Vancouver yet. Bet Winnipeg yet, but they've won 7 games in a row. They're red hot. They are on the road 13-4-2. Winnipeg is awesome. Vancouver is awesome. Vancouver 13-7-2 on the road. They've won 3 games in a row. Let's look at Vancouver tonight. Vancouver is playing on the road up against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Jari is scheduled to be in net. Demko scheduled in net for Vancouver. Demko at home, much different goaltender. Demko at home is great. On the road, he's okay. Hasn't been great in January. Jari hasn't been great in January. 6 goals in 2 games given up. I lean towards Vancouver on the money line. Thatcher Demko, though, scares me a little bit. He beat the Rangers 6-3 in the last game for Vancouver. They've been playing well on the road, playing well on this road trip, but this could be the game in which they trip up here, okay? They beat the Devils, beat the Rangers, beat the Islanders. 5th game on this road trip. So maybe they're a little bit sluggish. Maybe Demko's not great. The total is 6.5. This is really crazy. This is the hottest team on the road to the over, 15-5, against the best team at home to the under, 11-6 to the under for the Penguins. I'm going to side with a wide open game here. I think we're going to see offense. I think we're going to see not great goaltending for either guy, for Jari or for Demko. I think we see scoring. 4-3 final. I think both goaltenders gave up 3 goals. We get maybe a 4-3 final, overtime, shootout, something along those lines. I'm going to play the over. Over 6.5, -118. Vancouver at Pittsburgh for 1.1 units. This is going to be a really fun hockey game. That's the first game I'm watching. The second game I'm watching is my Boston Bruins up against the team that I watch the most here locally, the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas got smoked last night 3-0. They had to play Patera. I think it's how you say it, right? Patera, the rookie or the young kid coming in, because Hill couldn't go. He was not cleared to play. He's not cleared to play yet either tonight. And Logan Thompson was sick. He didn't play yesterday because he was sick. So you might get Logan Thompson tonight. You might get Aiden Hill tonight. You might get Pantera again. Okay, I don't know who you're going to get here. But the Boston Bruins have lost 2 games in a row on this road trip, and they've lost 3 of 4. They're starting Swayman. They're not happy. Okay? You don't see the Boston Bruins lose too many games A losing streak for Boston is a little bit unusual. They're 12-5-5 on the road this year. They've lost 2 in a row, 3 of 4, and the Panthers are right behind them. The Panthers play tonight as well. You've got a 54-point Panther team and a 56-point Bruins team, and while it's a little bit early to be worrying about points, the Bruins still need to get going here and protect what's happening. The LA Kings are at Florida tonight. That's going to be an unbelievable hockey game. You just want to watch the hockey game. I would lean towards the over in that game too, but I don't know. That's a tough game to call, just given what we have seen out of the Kings this year at home. And then the Kings on the road, they're a little bit of a different team. You got -135, -140 on Florida at home. They've been extremely hot. They've won 8 games in a row. That is on the, again, over in Florida. I lean there, but I feel better about the Boston Bruins money line. Bruins, I think, will beat the Vegas Golden Knights. I don't really care who's in net. I do lean towards the under in the game, but that's because I think Boston scores 3 or 4 goals here, and they're probably they're only going to give up 1 or 2. If you want extra, first period under, like the game under, first period under. These are 2 of the best teams in the NHL to a first period under. And if it's going to be Thompson up against Swayman, I really like the first period under there. But I'll bet that myself, but I'm going to wait for the goaltenders to be officially announced before I bet that. But I'm just going to go ahead and take the Bruins on the road to snap this 2-game losing streak. I don't think they lose the first 3 games of this road trip. I'm trying to see if the Bruins have lost 3 games in a row yet this year. I don't think that they have. Let's see. The Bruins, they have. Yeah, they lost 3 games in a row in November. 4 or 5, actually. Detroit, at New York, at Columbus. And then, they had the 4-game losing streak in December. So, yeah, they have. But 3 out of 4. Vegas got shut out last night, 3-0. They're on a back-to-back, tired legs. Who's in net? Not a good spot at all for Vegas, who has been, Vegas is in their own funk at the moment. They are 23-13-5, but they've lost 3 of 4, and they've lost 7 of 9. Let's make that 8 of 10 coming up here tonight. I'm taking the Bruins money line -130 at 1.3 units. Okay, so Thursday night, we have a lot coming, obviously, for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday with the NFL. Not going to be too heavy tonight, not going to be too heavy tomorrow. Let's get through these next 2 days and then get into the NFL playoffs and have a ton of action going on these. We're having a very good week, obviously, with what happened with Michigan winning the national championship and then going 3-0 2 nights ago. We gave a unit back, or 1.1 or so units back on yesterday. Let's come back here with Utah -8, over 6.5, Penguins and the Canucks, and the Bruins money line at -130 up against the Vegas Golden Knights. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt each and every morning. The Daily Juice Podcast, also being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.